What's going on, everybody? We just got back to the fur shed from checking some beaver traps, and as you can see, we had quite a bit of luck this morning. We're only running a few traps. I actually thought trapping season was over for the year for me until somebody got a hold of me to take care of some beaver for them. They're flooding out some of their property, so they called me to come take care of them, and I figured this would be a good opportunity to do a video on skinning a beaver. All the animals that I catch, I sell the fur to the fur market, so this video will be on how I skin it to get it ready pretty much. This is just skinning. I might do another video on fleshing and boarding beaver some other time, but this is just a skinning video. I'm going to go over a few of the tools that I have that I use, and for video purposes we're probably going to do one of these smaller beaver. Seems like when you're beaver trapping, you know, there's not as many big ones as there is small ones. This is pretty much your average Joe beaver. He's about 15 to 20 pounds in that range. I did weigh this one this morning, weighed 55.18 pounds. So we got one of the adults out of there. I suspect another bigger beaver and maybe another average Joe or two. But we're going to go ahead and get in the video and get to skinning. Alright guys, so here's some of the tools that I use. Obviously we wear gloves from work. My hands get all cut up, so I'm going to keep all the blood and keep all the mess off of me that I can. Disinfectant wipes just to try to keep everything clean. Fur comb. We always comb all of our furs out. We got a skinning knife, a pelting knife, a pair of shears, a knife sharpener, and 2 steels. That one's ceramic, and I've obviously dropped it and broke it. But these are a few of the tools that I use while I'm skinning. You know, the fur brush, it really helps a lot. You know, a lot of people think that fur handling starts once you get in the fur shed, but it's actually wrong. You know, as soon as you get these animals out of the traps, you know, while you're out on the line still, you need to be washing the mud or the blood or whatever off of it. And then I take it a little step further even, and I keep a little pallet in the back of my truck so I can throw all my catches on that pallet and everything can just drip off of them so they're not sitting in a puddle of water and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, obviously the fur brush is good. You know, we can brush everything out, get all the little bits of mud and whatever else off of them, make skinning a little easier. Alright guys, whenever you go to skin a beaver, one of the first things you're going to want to do is get rid of all 4 feet. It's going to help you out in the long run once you go to try to pop them legs through them holes, because you know, pelting out a beaver is different than just a regular tube pelt. You want to kind of open this thing up, and you don't want to be cutting these leg holes open and, you know, to get them legs out. So eliminate the feet. We're going to go ahead and comb him out, get rid of some of that little bits of mud or, you know, dirt, sand, whatever is in the fur. We're going to go ahead and brush him out. Make sure he's good and clean. You know, this thing's nice and dry. So after I skin them, I'm probably going to freeze them until I can get around to fleshing and boarding them. So we got that side all brushed out. Go ahead and brush this side out. So you're just, you know guys, these animals are not, the fur is not worth what it used to be years ago. So you want to try to get as much as you can out of these animals, you know. Kind of owe the respects to them to do that. So we go ahead and we try to get the best quality stuff that we can get. So now that we got him all combed out, I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to open him up. I'm going to start down here by the vent, and I draw a line straight up to the chin. And that's how you're going to open these up. So normally a lot of times I will take my knife, the back end of it, and I'll just draw a line where I want to cut. Right down the middle. So we're going to pop our knife in down here, and when you're starting your opening cut here, guys, there's a lot going on. You don't want to just jam your knife up in that thing, because right around the vent there is where your caster sacks and your oil sacks are located. So you want to take care of them, because if you well, I guess really it depends on if you sell them or if you keep them yourself and process your own bait and lure. But you can get docked if you go to sell your casters and they're all cut up and stuff. Guys, it's just simple little things like that that'll get you another $1 or $2. But we're gonna go ahead and open this guy up, straight up the middle. From the vent to the chin. So now we got our opening line here. I'm just going to kind of open him up a little bit. As you can see, we went straight down the middle. I'm going to take my skinning knife and start skinning him. Guys, I take a lot of pride in fur handling, really. A lot of guys, they won't even go through the troubles of skinning their catches, but that's just part of what I like to do. I like to do everything I can with the animals that I take. It'd be easy for me to just go sell this whole on the carcass. And I understand some guys do it just because they don't have the time or the know-how or whatever to do it, but I definitely suggest, if you're going to take the time in capturing and getting rid of these things, any critter for that matter, learn how to handle the fur. Makes you appreciate your catch a little more. Notice I'm being easy down here around the bottom. I don't want to be damaging my caster, even though I use it myself, but times might get hard and I might need to sell a little bit of it, so just always planning ahead, I suppose. We're just opening this guy up. There's a back leg there. Try to make it to where you guys can see this, I guess, huh? Now I'm just cutting right here. There's a line. You can see where the hide is attached to the meat. I'm just kind of following that line around and peeling, kind of holding this taut as I'm cutting. That way I'm not cutting into the hide itself. You don't want to be doing that. And I always leave the tail on just to give me something to grab onto so I can flip these things around. And I don't really target a whole lot of beaver, but I always end up catching them for some reason. Somebody will get a hold of me and want some gone. But it's always fun. This is the last thing pretty much here in Illinois that I could trap for the year. And I was actually thinking the other day how I wanted to get some meat to make some new bait. Well, perfect way to do it here. Got all the meat that I want now. So we're just going to keep working this guy on back, about to his back hips there. Just kind of open his belly up a little bit. That's alright. We're just going to keep working it all the way up to the face, guys. Alright, now that we're pretty much got the back legs done, a lot of times it helps if you just take your knife and poke it up through the hole and kind of work it around there a little bit. That way you can get this leg bone through. So that's why taking the feet off beforehand helps. So now I can just grab that thing and lay it on open all the way around there. I don't know if you can hear it in the knife, but we're getting towards some of that gristle back there. And we're going to go ahead and do the same for the other side. Just kind of poke our knife up through there, run it around a little bit. Not a whole lot though. Now I can get my thumbs through there in the bone. These things are definitely not my favorite things to skin, that's for sure. I'll tell you that for free. Alright, so now we got all that taken care of. Just kind of peeling back a little bit what I can. I'm going to come back down here by the vent and kind of cut around it. Get that freed up around the tail there. Sorry guys, try to keep you in frame here. Kind of going around the tail right there. Kind of free all that up. Keep working it on down around the edge of the tail. This always seems like it's the hardest spot. That stuff is super gristly around the tail there. So now that we got that, see, we pretty much got this whole bottom side done. Besides the front legs. Go ahead and pop them out now, I suppose. One leg there. Kind of free it up a little bit. Then we'll get this other one over here. Yeah, like I said, guys, these are definitely not my favorite things to skin. I do enjoy catching them though, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really target beaver a whole lot, but when I do, it seems like I have a blast doing it. They can make you feel pretty stupid at times, but as long as you keep it simple, you really shouldn't have any problems, really. Unless you get into some that already know what a trap is, which I've done that before. And they can be a pain to catch, but they can be caught. I'm a little trouble getting this last leg up here freed up. It's alright. Alright. So now I got this tail pretty much freed up all the way around the back. Just kind of cut around it and free that up. Now this is going to be super gristly around here, guys, so I go a little deep, probably deeper than most. But You know, I don't want to be poking a lot of holes in these beaver. These things ain't worth a lot as it is, so you want to get every dollar you can out of them. And you can't get a dollar out of them if they're full of holes from getting skinned out. So we're just going to keep kind of working that hide around the tail. Got a little bit down here still yet that I didn't get worked up. That's alright. Just kind of free all that stuff up there. Don't need to take that meat with me. And once you get past this tail, guys, everything kind of just free flowing from there. It's just always right back here on the tail that's kind of tricky. They're really gristly back there. Once you get past that, everything is kind of a breeze. See, another little tip is you can take your carcass and kind of drape them over the table, and that you can grab your front legs there, and as that carcass, as you pull or as you cut, that carcass is kind of pulling against you, so it's freeing that hide up as we're going here. See that, guys? Just kind of cutting, and it's pulling away from the weight of the carcass. Alright, we're getting up to the front shoulders here. Something got me held up over here. Here we go. Yep. Got that freed up now. Just keep on working your way around there. Should be an ear right there. Should be another ear right there. We're just going to keep working him around here. Should be running into his eyes here soon. There's one here. Just kind of butchered that eye up a little bit, but that's okay. I butchered her up pretty good. There's the other eye. And get rid of this meat here. Yeah, you just keep working him around. All right. There's our pelt. There's our beaver pelt. This one is, he was just a small one, about a 15-pound beaver. is. So now what I'm going to do is just kind of fold him in towards himself, and then I start at the nose, fold him once, fold him twice. I'll put him in a bag and freeze it. Alright guys, I hope that helps some of you out. As you can tell, I don't really enjoy skinning the beaver, but it's something I gotta do. If I'm gonna catch them, I'm gonna skin them, and I'm gonna use what I can. A lot of the meat is going to be turned into coyote bait more than likely. Along with the casters, I will use some of it in some of my coyote baits, because the coyotes, they love that stuff. And the oil sacks and the casters, I'll turn that into like another beaver lure or something, so I can keep catching these beaver, and you know, I ain't got to buy the commercial stuff. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and remove the casters out of this beaver and the oil sacks. I got one more to get skinned up, and then I'm going to be done for the day. I'm going to relax. So I hope this little video helped some of you guys. And until then, just keep on keeping on, guys. I appreciate all of you.